I've been known to dabble predominantly with BMWs. I started out with a 2012 135i, then I bought a 2017 M240i, then I bought a 2024 M2, and then I bought a 2018 340i. Now, if you watch my last video all the way to the end, you'll know that I put text on the screen telling you guys to give me new car recommendations because I want to buy another car. I have never owned a V8, so that's definitely something that I want to go ahead and try. I think that might be the next direction that I go in. The first car that comes to mind is probably going to be a Corvette, a C6 specifically, except a lot of people have done them. There's been so many builds before. I don't want to do another copy and paste thing on the internet. I thought C5s might be cool. They're not as common. I think they still look pretty sweet. They're super affordable. But recently, I came across another car that really piqued my interest. And not only is it a V8, but it's also one of the other German 3 that I've never owned. And that is the Mercedes C63S AMG. Not only is this car a V8, but it's also a bi-turbo V8. This is my friend Alex, or Wrapped_graphics on social media. This is his car. He just got this. This is the guy who's responsible for wrapping all of my cars. He's done my 135, he did my M2 in the pink, and he did the M2 in the Stealth PPF to go full Batman spec. In today's video, we're going to be checking out his car as a possible contender for my next purchase. But not only are we doing that, I also got him a full Valvetronic exhaust for this thing because this car is bone stock. I wanted to hook him up because he's done a lot of work for me in the past on my cars with wrapping. So what better way to do that than to wake up this beast? Now, I've never really been a Mercedes guy. I've always leaned more towards BMW when comparing, you know, similar cars for similar prices. I just think BMW wins in most categories. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've been too biased. And I honestly don't want to get another BMW. I want to change it up. I want to have some new content and experience a totally different platform. A lot of people had told me to consider a E92 M3, which is obviously a great choice. It's a phenomenal car, but they are really expensive for, I think, how much car you get. Again, maybe I'm wrong in saying that. That's my opinion. I just don't know if it's worth all the money that it would be. That's really more of a driver's car. I don't know if it's as much of a content car. Is that cringy to say? I don't know. I'm trying to look at this from like a business standpoint, and I think this car might excel in that category. Now, being a 2019 makes this a facelift model, so it's a little bit different from a 2017 or 18, which I think is what I would be looking at because they are a lot more affordable. I also would be going for a coupe. I don't want a sedan. I've got the 340 for that, but I love the way this thing looks all the way around. It's a very fat rear end, I can't lie. Now, on the interior, I believe the facelift does get a lot of changes here. It also comes with a 9-speed transmission compared to a 7-speed transmission. I think the seats are pretty similar though. These actually look like, damn, these actually look nicer than my M2 seats, I can't lie. Okay, yeah, pre-facelift is definitely a different dash. I don't know if this is just me, but what I will say about Mercedes, in most generations, I feel like they got their interior down over BMW. I don't know what it is, but these cars always feel like they have a nicer, classier, more luxurious feel than the BMW counterpart. This dial feels really cool. I'm pretty sure this is to change your sport modes. These clocks always make the interiors look super luxury. I don't know. Let's take this thing for a drive and see what it's all about. Wow. That was so quiet. Oh, that's the valves open? Wait, close them again? Open? Damn, so you can't start it with the valves. Damn.
All right now.
No, I was fully expecting it to like scare the shit out of me. Like I want to hear like that.
Not at all.
Okay, so before this, he had a, what was it, 2016?
2017 M4.
Yeah, and it was stage 2. It was tuned.
Stage 2.
It was pretty built. It had
everything was done other than big turbos.
It was full bolt-on suspension, everything. How do you compare that to this?
It was definitely way more raw. This is way more luxurious feeling.
Yeah.
But you can tell the power's still definitely there, but you don't feel it as much.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, because you just like accelerated a little bit, and I could see the speed climb. It doesn't feel like you're
going
like
that fast.
Yeah, but like I think it's kind of how I feel in my M2. Like it like absorbs everything so much that I don't want to say like it takes away from the experience, but like it's, I don't know. It's like they're just built so well that you don't like.
You need a couple extra little mods, and then it'll start feeling raw again.
Yeah. Can you say right now that you like it more, or no? Not yet.
Not yet. I haven't really been able to like open it up, obviously, because the roads are so wet.
Yeah, we're on PS4S's right now, so it's gonna be good.
I literally haven't even been able to really drive the car to feel it, but so far I think I like it better. But who knows?
Little bridge pull or under the bridge pull. It's too quiet.
Traction just kicks in.
Yeah. No, it's way too quiet.
Not very climatic for sure.
This is like the traction wheel, so. Oh, it actually goes up to 10. Oh, yeah. Okay. So
you turn it like fully off.
Yeah.
Or you can keep it on slightly, whatever you want.
But you also do your sport mode selection with that, right?
yeah, so you just click the screen, then you can go Sport, Sport Plus, Race, Comfort, and Individual.
Yeah. That's
And
like
then-
individuals, your custom settings?
Yeah, and then you can also like click the screen here and turn off like auto, start, stop, off, to the exhaust, switch it down here, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, see, I feel like that's that. I don't know if that's a Mercedes thing, but BMW doesn't
Cool.
do that.
No, it's pretty sweet.
Like, I like the dial stuff on the steering
Yeah.
wheel. Go,
Designs, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can
What's
do
Super Sport?
which
Oh,
is
that's-
just like the RPMs.
Yeah. I don't.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think I like.
Go Sport, which is what I had.
Yeah, I think I like.
Or you
that
go
more.
Classic, which is just like
Just different colors, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get some revs to have a nice comparison of stock versus the Valvetronic system. I heard like a little bit of burbles come on there.
yeah, it definitely like
It sounds like it wants to like.
once we put the exhaust on,
No, but I mean, it sounds like it definitely sounds like super restricted. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
yeah. And I like. Yeah, so we also have a set of CTS intakes to put on. Yeah, it's gonna be like a full transformation on this thing for sound. God, the thing looks so good though. All black too. You can hear his traction control just trying to kick in. We're gonna try to get a couple flybys and hopefully he doesn't hit me or the pole. He told me the car gets like 360 kilometers to a full tank. Every pull is costing us here. I could hear it during the burnout or whatever, but it almost sounded like the tire noise was louder.
Yeah.
And the tire noise should not be louder than a V8. Because you must have hit at least 5,000 RPM there, no?
Yeah, over.
Yeah, like
over. And I went through first to fourth gear.
No, I know. I could tell you kept going, but I don't like, it wasn't that loud.
No, it's
Yeah.
very restricted.
We gotta change that. So this is what the stock system looks like. We have a pretty big muffler there, and then I don't really understand what the point of this layout is here. I don't really see any resonators. I don't know if these are designed to somehow like muffle the sound a bit, because there's another one here, like a weird H-pipe. But this one has a valve actuator. Like, I don't know what Mercedes has got going on, and then it just runs straight to your downpipes. So there are no resonators, I guess. It's literally just two mufflers. I don't know how that is suppressing so much sound, but inside this box here, we have the whole new catback system. We haven't even opened it yet. Oh my God, are you ready for that? It's like gold titanium. I think it's gonna look a lot better than the rusted system you have on. I don't even know if we should put this on though. Like, it's so pretty to look at. Okay, we got the stock exhaust off, and now there's nothing left except for these stock cats. So we're gonna give the car a start up and some revs and see what a C63S sounds like with no exhaust system. All right, start it up. Not bad. No. I feel like normally when you do these, it's like obnoxiously like ear piercing. Like, it sounds horrible, turn it on, but that's not that bad at all. That actually sounds pretty good. Are you worried it's gonna sound better than all of your cars?
Fuck no.
It actually looks so good, man. I hope it stays like somewhat like this color, but I wonder how heat will change it. But for now, let's lower it and see how she purrs. Okay, this is valves closed. I don't think you can open them when the car's off. That's louder.
That's not valves.
Huh?
That's open.
That's not open. Oh, now it's closed. Open? Close? Okay, yeah, they're working. Yeah, that sounds better. We'll do more. Before we take this out and get some proper sound clips and drive-bys, we're gonna throw on this set of CTS turbo intakes to hopefully beef up the turbo noises up front. The only downside with running these aftermarket intakes is that you lose a nice badge here for who built your engine. And the AMG plates look kind of cool too. But no doubt these should be a lot louder. I like how the turbos sit right here. Like you got a nice like top mount kit stock. Yeah. Intakes are on, the exhaust is done. Thanks to Ghost Automotive for helping out with the install. Let's take this thing out and see what it sounds like. I don't know, yeah. I can't really. Can't really hear the intakes too much while you drive. I also think that Benz just always have so much sound deafening. The exhaust sounds good though in here. Sounds great. The weird thing with the exhaust is, like for the valves, is that when you open them and you're idling, they open a little bit, but they don't open 100%. And then the more gas you give, the more they open. And I feel like the shift cuts are louder too. The revs are limited to 4,500 RPM, unfortunately. So I think you have to code it out or something. I don't know if Mercedes, why is Mercedes like this? It definitely sounds way better than stock. It needs the catless downpipes, I think, to fully wake this thing up. Car's throwing an engine light now, I think from the intakes. It feels like it's kind of misfiring.
Filter's fully loose.
Wait, which? Oh, he never tightened that one. Yeah, that one's not even on. Okay. All we did was turn the car off. I tightened the intake cone and now the engine light is gone, but you're still skeptical. He doesn't like it. He's scared of the intakes now. He's scarred.
I don't know if it's worth it.
See, I can hear the intake spool up a little bit there. The camera's probably not going to pick it up, but BMW like engine bay intakes scream. They're so loud. I don't know why. I'm just noticing this door light. That's so sick.
Yeah, it's so clear, eh?
Yeah, it's super clear. For that being stock too. Such a nice little touch.
And these things light up too.
Yeah. AMG. As we're mentioning doing downpipes to wake the car up, he's saying how if he does that, then he's going to really have to tune the car, because then it's going to constantly throw a check engine light, and then obviously there's speculation on if it's safe to drive catless with no tune. But for Mercedes, you have to do, what, ECU, TCU, and something else, I forget the name of it. 3 different tunes if you want to just tune it at all, which is crazy. Maybe that's why I've been getting so many BMWs. They're so much simpler to work with. All in all, I do really like the car. I can see myself driving one and owning one. I like the way it sounds. I like the engine. It's got good performance. The interior is amazing. It's comfortable, and it undeniably looks great. That's gonna be it for this video though. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Check out Valvetronic if you're looking for an exhaust system for one of your cars, and make sure you're subscribed because a new car is definitely joining this channel pretty soon. Peace out.